since the county determined what the geographics are, and
Right.
I guess the cities that it incorporated, why shouldn't our fire district matters and therefore resolutions come from the county?
Well, it started that way. In 2002, the county supervisors served as the board of directors for the fire district. And then over time, there was probably some friction, as I understand it. It was before my time. I didn't come here until 2012. And there was a push to have a separate board of directors for the fire district. So they did create a separate board of directors, but they were not elected, they were appointed. And so the city of Oakley appointed 3, the city of Brentwood appointed 4, and the county appointed 2. So we had a 9-member board. And it was an appointed type board rather than an elected board. It took some actions to try and improve the situation, but to really be honest, as volunteer appointees, we didn't really seem to have the same power and influence that elected officials would have. And it was more difficult. We did take a couple of measures to the electorate in our district as far as funding, but we really weren't getting the message out as well as it could be. And some of the funding mechanisms were kind of convoluted. So one of the goals that had been identified was to come up with an elected board, and that did happen starting in 2019. The 2018 election included an election for fire district members. And all 5 of the existing, well, the fire district was reduced from 9 to 5 members, as most boards are. And the election resulted in 5 members, all of whom had already been in a volunteer capacity with the fire district, but now were elected officials. And we began to, I think, take a little more forceful action after that. It was also coupled with the hiring of the new fire chief when the previous fire chief retired. And we've since that time, I think, moved forward more aggressively in trying to solve the problems. And we have a pretty good program in place right now that I think can get us there, but it's still got a ways to go.
This is fascinating. Every time you answer my question, I start typing because there are so many things that at once make sense and then makes it more confusing. So let's go down the rabbit hole just a little bit further. And again, now this is yet another 2-part question. The county may have set up the geographics of the territory, and the cities of Oakley and Brentwood may have decided to have their 2 separate entities.